Good evening, and welcome in. Today, of course, is a very subdued opening for today's live chat. I'm Michelle with YesMichelle Crochets, and I see we already have our sweet Marty here. Welcome in, Marty. Of course, I am still frustrated with this whole new chat stream that StreamYard is doing, where now I have to tap everything twice. But nonetheless, welcome in, Marty. And hey, Kimberly, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to have you both here. I am not sharing my referral link. They can go sit down somewhere. And Party Marty is in the house. Yes, she is. You guys, thank you all for being here. And of course, hello to my lurkers as you enter the room. I really would appreciate it if you would say hello to me. Let me know, are we connected through our crochet community, or are we connected through Instagram via Dr. Lisa? I would certainly love to. Well, there is always Evie Mux, and I will be considering that. I will say this, as for the free version on Plus Side. Hello, Sue Ann. Welcome in. Hi, Sugar. You guys forgive me. I am not tapping the screen as much as I normally do, but I want to make sure that I am saying hello to each and every one of you. And as I was saying, while Evie Mux is great and I have enjoyed using it, it does have some perks that StreamYard doesn't. It also does not have as many free hours that I can utilize. And what I like to do is, as you know, do things as reasonably cheap as I can, because your girl's pockets are thin. So if I can do it for a steal and a deal, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Of course, we are noticing that um, StreamYard has now apparently sold to another person, and the way that they are doing things is causing us to, one second, is causing us to have to change things around a little bit. And I'll be reviewing whether or not this free version is still worth my time. Hello, Amelia. Welcome in, and thank you for being here. You guys, tonight, first, let me say thank you to each and every one of you who have been patient with me as I've had some growing pains behind the scenes with the channel. I was struggling to get my videos done the way I want to. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. It is so good to have you here. But I was able to work out some of the hiccups and challenges and was able to get my video uploaded today. Then, of course, YouTube said, well, we're just going to take forever to put that video up. So when it premiered, I wasn't available to chit chat, because by that point the kids were up and I had to do the daytime job, because kids don't wait. So that part of my day is done, and I am happy to be here chatting with you guys. You heard me mention at the beginning or the top of this conversation that I also wanted to know if some of our Instagram friends are here. And my Instagram friends are people that I'm networking with away from the YouTube sphere. And we're growing and learning about how to develop content creation, especially monetizing content creation opportunities for ourselves in that forum. One of the gurus there and the actual person who brought us all together is another channel here on YouTube called Launch Your Income, and it's hosted by Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa is very big on the TikTok sphere, and I am learning about things related to TikTok from her. In exchange, she's learning about things on YouTube from me. So I have that opportunity to kind of share the wisdom that I've gained from many of you who are here tonight. And then I can disseminate that information. So I kind of want to use this space to host conversations around that element. And you'll have to bear with me. I am trying to not sneeze. There is dust in the air, because before I was doing my dinner, I was in here crocheting, and the you guys know how that goes when you've been crocheting a lot. Sometimes there's dust, so there is that. But as I said, that element has led me to want to open up this conversation to talk to you guys a little bit more about what are some of your goals related to content creation, if that's something you're doing or something that you want, or is there something that you do related to your business where you could maybe use some questions answered? And I'm sorry, what did you say, dear? Yeah, fiber sprinkles. Absolutely. I'm not about the fiber sprinkles tonight. But if there are thing or there if there are areas related to your work life where you would benefit from learning more information about how to grow your niche market, whether it's as a content creator or as an independent business person or just as an individual who wants to hone and refine your skills, this is what I would like for this space to become. So let's focus on book talk, more focus on you talk. So if you have questions related to some of the things that you think I know or can answer for you, this is the perfect space for that. And the chat is the perfect place to add those questions. Please know that I've only been doing YouTube for just under 9 months. So I still have a lot of learning and growing to do. But what I love about this opportunity and the community that we have cultivated is I am better able to go to the resources I have behind the scenes and in front of us to ask questions. And I will take your questions to them with me. If there's something I don't know, there are people who know things on a better level than I do. I can go and ask them on your behalf and get those answers for you. And then as we work out questions together, the whole group learns. So I win, we win, that type of opportunity. So, like I said, this is something that is kind of new for me, but it's also true for me and it's very important to me and it's a passion of mine. So, I also want to take a moment and say hi to my lurkers. Hi, guys. I'm glad you're here. Even if you don't want to have a full dialogue with us tonight, I would dearly love it if, number one, you hit like because that supports the channel. It gets my name further out until the algorithm and it helps YouTube know that you like the content that you're watching. Because if you're going to watch, the least that I can ask of you is that you like the video. Of course, if you're new to the channel, oh, apparently YouTube was mad and it was like, oh, hold that thought. Nonetheless, we will press on. As you are hitting that like, please do hit subscribe and tickle that bell notification so you're always notified anytime I go live, I drop a post, or I drop a video. And as many of you already know, I try to make my pre-recorded videos come up as a premiere so that I can chat with you. What do you mean you like this dialogue you think? Wait a minute, I'm sorry. What did you say after that? That's not right. What's not? See, YouTube is being YouTubey. So let me take that down. There you go. So, like I said, I want to make this a room for growth. Hello, Louise. Welcome in. It is great to see you. I am glad you are here tonight. And I want this to be that type of engagement. I appreciated you guys being so kind and so wonderful to me, supporting me as we did the book talk. But like I said, I knew many of you were here to support me, but didn't necessarily engage or connect with the books that we were reading. And I am moving things on my desk, so bear with us. Let's hope I don't drop anything. But as I said, I am a content creator, and I know many of you are either currently content creators or maybe you're thinking about becoming content creators. And if that's the case, and YouTube is the vehicle you want to utilize, well, I hope to be a resource of information to support you and encourage you, motivate you, and help you grow in the way you want to. Good evening, Coley. Welcome in. Everything is better. It is getting better. My mental health is getting better too. For those of you that have seen the video for today, I was very clear about the fact that I am really not having the best of headspace right now. Some of it's weather related. This dreary grayness is not good for my mental health, but it is what it is. And I'm sorry, nope, not think that. Sugar Diamond says she's not thinking about doing that. And I respect that. I absolutely respect that. But Sugar Diamond, you're a wealth of information about how things are done on the back end, how changes that we choose to utilize in our everyday lives for our platforms directly impact our viewers. And I am adding Marty's question. So I have a question. What are your goals both here on the channel and in your business? That is an amazing question. And my goals on my channel currently are as they have been since I honestly set clear and authentic goals for my channel. Uh, just a week after Christmas, I set a goal to get this channel fully monetized. And I'm mostly there. I have well more than 4,000 watch hours, which is one of the criteria for monetization. The other criteria for full monetization is to have 1,000 subscribers, and I am over 900. I don't know exactly my number at the moment, but yes, I have done most of that. My goal right now is to increase my subscribers for my channel, and then once I do that, I will be fully monetized. And as for the business component of it, I am recognizing that I'm becoming cantankerous as I get older. I'm very, very good at what I do as a child care provider. I'm at 910. That's good news. Very good news. And thank you for finding out. You guys probably see it in the chat better than I can right now because StreamYard is not going to show me that information. And I love that you guys are talking with one another. I think that's amazing. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for making this community your community. Kimberly said, I just think about it and that's as far as it gets. Well, we want to set goals for our channel because as we set goals, that's how we achieve them. What you speak is what you become. What you think is what you do. The head leads the tail does not lead the head. So start thinking about what some of your goals are for your channel, whether that is to post a video a week, or maybe it is to have a particular branding color. Maybe you want to work on your thumbnails. You need to decide what you want for your channel. I love you all for being there and having my back and helping me do the things that I'm doing. One of the things that I want to do as I begin to step away from full-time childcare, because right now it pays the bill. So of course I'm going to keep doing exactly that. But as this vehicle grows and goes and moves forward, I want to teach others how to do what I've done, network with one another, and to help them develop their business opportunities, their monetizing of their channels, or doing the things that they want to do with their platforms, both in and out of the crochet community. Some of you are phenomenal designers. I want to see you make inroads and network opportunities to have your patterns, if you're a designer who creates patterns that are reproducible, have those patterns sold on different websites. Or maybe you want to sell a pattern to Yarnspirations or Premiere or Goucher or whatever your goals are. I'm not trying to give you your dream. I want you to create your dream. I just want to be here to help you support it and coach you through some of the hiccups and steps that I have done that became missteps for me that I would like to not do again, and at the same time help you avoid pitfalls for in the process. Simultaneously, like I said, there are some of you who are not interested in content creation, and that is absolutely okay. That's not a reason not to come here, because what you're going to have the opportunity to do as a supporter of my channel and other channels like mine. Hello, Miss Kitty. Welcome in. Kitty, I am going to admonish you to be good to your body and make sure, I'm glad you're here, but to make sure that you are resting. Our kitty needs a little extra love and support, you guys. So make sure that you're giving her that in the chat. Now, as I was saying, those of you who are not interested in content creation, you're going to get to hear and see some of the behind the things. Maybe it'll answer questions for you about why do content creators always do this or they never do that. If there are things as audience members that you see us doing that you think, I'd rather you guys never did that, then this is a great space for you to voice those thoughts. If there are things that we can do better as content creators, then by all means, this is a safe space to say those things. Please, of course, my conversation this morning was about being tactful. So please be tactful, but absolutely, share your feedback with us so that we can give you more of what you're looking for in the content that you consume. Hey, Sid, welcome in, stopping by, and glad to have you, my love. So, that part of it is crucial and critical for us. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I'm laughing because this new share your referral link button puts it right in front of the conversation in the bottom chat box. So I don't see that for a few seconds. Nonetheless, and I'm so appreciative that you guys are saying hi to Sid. As I was saying, one of the things I wanted to start with on conversation for tonight was some of the things we need to focus on before we ever start a channel. Now, of course, a few of us, in fact, many of us, have started channels already. We have our channel names, we have our logos already set. But maybe you want to make some adjustments or pivots and you're not exactly sure what to do. There's always the Monday morning quarterback mindset of, had I known this, I would have done that. Had I considered this or known that I could do this, then I would have done that. So let's kind of go over some of the things that are recommended to us to do in the first steps before we ever start our YouTube channel. And I've got list on my phone of things that I wanted to go over. So you'll bear with me as I look down to make sure that I hit those points. The number one thing that's on my list of things we would want to have done or should do before turning on our channel is define your niche and target audience. Now, for me, that's going to look very different. And as Marty is saying, because I saw the word pivots and was like, okay, I got to grab that. Pivots can be great, but focused starts are even better. Yes, absolutely. So as I was saying, decide what your niche is. And I would take it a step further and say, don't just decide your niche. Like, many of you are in the crochet community. So you might just say, okay, my niche is crochet. Maybe your niche is crochet, but you want to focus on amigurumi, or maybe you want to focus on wearables. Maybe you want to focus on blankets, or maybe you focus on charity. You see, within a niche or sub niche opportunities, maybe you are a designer who makes everything, who wants to write patterns and sell those patterns. Then that's a sub niche within the big umbrella of the crochet community. Let's say you want to be a public speaker, but in order to attract the right audience, you want to focus on talking about a particular business topic, whether you're in finance and you know that you have a special gift for communicating that is unlike anybody else in your community. So you want to have an ongoing ad, as it were, and the vehicle you're going to use is your YouTube channel. This is the place where you're either going to rebroadcast publications that you've done for private vendors or public vendors. Of course, get the information, do the right thing. Don't just upload sensitive information for someone's business, but by all means, maybe this is going to be your elevator pitch, that when someone says, well, I'm considering having you come in and be the keynote speaker for our weekend retreat, you can say, well, that's great. To get a sample of how I like to do my presentations, you might want to go over to my YouTube channel. I have a playlist that addresses this particular topic, and it would be perfect for you to give a better understanding of how I present and what you can expect from me. So, hello, Emily. Welcome in. Glad to have you here tonight. And of course, Blossom is saying hello. I'm glad you guys are saying hello to one another. Thank you for doing that. And of course, I'm going to remind you yet again to please make sure you've tapped that like button as you're here. Now, back to that sub niche. That can be an advertisement for you. Maybe for some of you, you're considering having a YouTube channel simply as a means to document your journey. Maybe you're going through a situation medically and you want that to be your historical record for friends or family, or a way for you to show people how to overcome a unique or difficult situation. Looks like I just got an Amazon box. You guys bear with me. Good evening, VJ, and welcome in. Glad to have you with us tonight. I am, of course, going to be watching that to make sure that I don't have any challenges with this box, because it looks like the person is standing on my porch for a minute. Why do you need to stand there? One never knows. Anyway, I was about to say, on to topic number 2, conduct some niche research. I've thrown out a few ideas at you about how to select your niche and then to sub niche within the umbrella of your niche. But one of the most pivotal points that you need to consider is look at what's already out there. One of the beauties of YouTube is YouTube has a search box. You can type in how to hang a picture on a wall, and it's going to give you a bunch of different content creators who are going to teach you about that. Maybe you're someone who's interested in van life. Now, maybe you don't want to do van life, but what you want to do is have an RV opportunity. You want to buy an RV and remodel it to your specs and needs. So that's something to consider. Look at what it is you want to do, research it. I knew when I first wanted to start my channel, I wanted to have not a faceless channel. I was going to be seen, but my intention was never to talk. Now, I know that has to be hilarious to a lot of you because all I do now is talk. But I wanted to not talk, just to crochet and have really good background music while I did that. And now I've done some tweaks and changes to my channel that is more in line not only with what I wanted to do here on YouTube, but what my audience was looking for. I seem to be able to fill a space for people who are looking for support, encouragement, and love. And I'm glad to be able to do exactly that because it's what I do in my everyday life. Okay, I'm sorry. And as Kitty just added, also remember that sometimes our journey dictates our niche. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. So, and Emily is asking if the number is still the same for Marty. So, Marty, if your number is still the same, and I think it is, then make sure that you guys connect and head in. I'm sorry. Had suggested. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm missing something, but I am so sorry. Nonetheless, whatever I missed, Coley, if I missed something that I needed to see, would you please do me a favor and drop it back in the conversation so that I can catch it again? Now, as I was saying, do your homework, do your research, know what it is you want to do before you start your vehicle of your channel, because changing is hard. What it's going to do for me, what I am going to see, or there are going to be some changes that YouTube's going to be like, okay, where do I put her today? Because she's been crochet all this time, and now all of a sudden she's adding this component. Well, I have some diversity to my channel. Hello, Bella. Bella is one of my Instagram friends, and she is with us courtesy of Dr. Lisa. So welcome in and thank you for being here. Bella, one of the things I am talking about tonight is if you were to start your YouTube channel today, what are some of the things you want to do before you get started? Because for some of us, myself particularly, we are doing a bit of a pivot. I am still primarily focused on the crochet community and I will stay with the crochet community, but my world is, of course, bigger than crochet. So I want to share and grow and love others into being the best, most authentic selves that they are. And I hope to be able to do that with you as well. I also want to be able to answer questions for people as they come up related to the content creation element of what we do here on YouTube. So thank you for being here. Um, on to number 3, develop your content strategy. And by that, I mean plan your videos, plan your first 10 videos. Even if you're going to do a soft relaunch of your channel, let's say you know you're in your right niche area and you've even titrated it down to exactly what it is you want to be talking about. I'm sorry. There we go, Coley. Thank you. Sorry, I was saying that research is a major part of what was suggested to me. Oh, of course, never apologize. This is a growing room. This is where we know and we grow and we share. And if the host missed something, by all means, please say it again so that I can catch it. But with that said, on to number 3, developing that strategy. Pick those things that you want to do your first 10 videos on. If this is a relaunch or rebranding of your channel, 1 second, let me see what VJ said. Has no strategy. VJ, you don't need a strategy. The way your channel is set up, unless you're planning to do something different, you are amazing. VJ is like the talk show host of us all. We get to go to her channel and learn about the different things that people are doing in the crochet or creative space. And she shows our makes in progress and when they're done. She also connects us with some of the most amazing people in these YouTube streets. And for that, I say thank you. Now, back to what I was saying. With the first 10 videos, what you're wanting to do is introduce yourself, or if you are rebranding or adjusting your channel, you're going to want to reintroduce yourself. Get your audience more acclimated and acquainted with you, what you represent, what your goals are for your channel. You're going to have to say things on an almost daily basis. Many of you who've been watching my videos over the past few months have noticed my conversation is pretty consistent from video to video to video. I always start out with a quote of the day because, as I've said, and I will say every day, it sets the tone for my video. I know it sets the tone for me. And when the brainy quote of the day isn't in line with what I want to talk about, I research and decide, okay, this isn't in line with what I want to say. Maybe it's a religious statement. And you guys know I don't talk politics and I don't talk religion in my space. What you do in your channel, that's great for you. Here, those are no conversations. So, and those types of conversations are instantly deleted. I am laughing. I don't know who you meant that at, but if it's at me, then you are too sweet. Thank you. Yes, I'm hoping you mean that at VJ because she is phenomenal. Nonetheless, as I go from doing the quote of the day, I move right into explaining what's in my cup, the weather outside. I share the announcements that I have for the day, giving gratitude, of course, to the members of my channel. I will have a very special conversation that I do for kind of a check-in with people who may not be having the best of times. And then I go into whatever my topic of the day is. Most people who've watched my channel for some time will also know that on Mondays, I do a motivational Monday where we talk about things that I hope motivate you to start your week on a positive note. Right now, I am kind of putting a pin in Tuesday. I may or may not upload. I'm going to start calling that two for Tuesday because I will try to do a primary video. And then on the days that I'm available, I will also be trying to go live. And the one thing about live that I want to say to those of you who don't already know about it, the YouTube streets are always busy. It is necessary for you to decide when you want to go live and pair that up respectfully. Don't step on toes of your friends and other content creators that you support that are already live, but at the same time you have to find your own way. If you wait for the YouTube streets to not be busy, you will never ever go live. So pick a time that works for you, your audience, and go live. If it means you have to pair up with a content creator who goes the hour before so that they can target their audience to head to your channel when they're done, then by all means do exactly that. Network with others who are in your similar niche. Make sure you guys are pairing up, sharing, and communicating with one another. I didn't get to where I am without networking. I do what I do and I am where I am because many of the people who are in this very conversation are other content creators who've either shouted me out or shouted me out and have supported me in my growth journey and have said to others, okay, Michelle's going live at this time and on this date. So you guys want to head over there to make sure you give her some love and support. In turn, I do the exact same thing. I shout out my fellow content creators when I know they're doing something that I can encourage my team to support. Because at the end of the day, all audiences are our audiences, and we share that. Okay, then someone will do a pop up while you're live. If people leave, they're not your tribe. That is 100% true. And while I'm on that topic, I'm so glad you said that, Marty. I'm sorry, Marty, forgive me, VJ. I'm looking at Marty, who's right above you, so bear with me. Nonetheless, I want to give some house rules for those of you who either go live and those of you who are thinking about going live. It is disrespectful, nay, it's rude to go into someone's live and announce, oh, well, I have to go because I'm going live in 15 minutes. Are you a pirate or a content creator? Either way, don't do that. That is the most discourteous, disrespectful thing to do. And yes, I am coming off aggressive because this is your safe space. This is your channel. This is your audience. These are your people. Whether they're watching you live or on replay, at the end of the day, the most uncomfortable experience somebody has is to be in a live format and see that they have 30 people watching them and then all of a sudden it drops down to 6 because some other channel has come in and made such an announcement. Remember, at the end of the day, this is not an airport. I appreciate knowing you're here. I love engaging and talking with you. But if you're leaving to start your own live, the nicest thing you can do is just say, okay, I have to go. And it's been great talking to you. Hope to catch you next time. Nothing more needs to be said. The reason you're leaving is none of my business. Whether you're going to have dinner with friends or you're going to go live, either way, you're going to be going. If you can leave me playing in the background, great. If you can't, that's understood as well. But telling others who support you and your current content creator, they don't need that because you don't need to give the audience a choice. If they like you and know about you, they will already know you're about to go live unless it's a pop up. And if you're doing a pop up and you know somebody else that you have mutual audience with is already live, just pop up. Do not make an announcement. It's rude. So I'm laughing. Or just go. No worries. Exactly. And as Sugar Diamond said, facts. I'm just saying what a lot of people have wanted to say. These are conversations that I've had with other content creators behind the scenes. I'm just stepping out and saying it. This is not an airport. You don't need to announce your arrival or your return or your departure. I appreciate knowing because that's the conversation that we're having, but simultaneously, the reason why is none of my business, nor is it any of my concern. So I had to say that. Um, on to selecting your channel name and your branding. I'm sorry. Oh, let me add what VJ said. VJ said, right, Marty, just go. And there's no need to say you're going and you're going to watch another live. Just leave. Exactly. Well said. I'm glad to call that out. I'm glad to call I'm glad to call out that girl. Okay, I'm confused. And blame that on the fact that at the end of the day, your girl's brain is tired. And the other thing I will say as a content creator that makes me uncomfortable, and I know that it makes other content creators uncomfortable, we are still human beings at the end of the day. Some of us are going to mesh well. We're going to love person X. Like, I'm pretty fortunate. The people who are in this room tonight, you guys are my tribe, you're my audience, and I love you. But I also love you behind the scenes. Many of you I talk to away from the YouTube streets, but that isn't true for everyone. Some people I'm very professional and personable with, but I don't have that same level of connectivity with them. The other thing about saying that is to say that there are certain people who you don't mesh with, you don't gel with, you don't have that same warm, fuzzy vibe. Saying that in a chat, saying that on your channel, saying that to your audience is problematic. Don't do it. Do not air your dirty laundry in the YouTube streets or in a Facebook group or anywhere. At the end of the day, you may be saying what you're saying, and it could be valid and true for you, but it taints the community, and that is not who you want to be. I'm telling you this from experience. I have watched people who had phenomenal audiences and they did or said something against another content creator in the same niche, and then they watch their numbers fall. If you're in a growing season, the last thing you want to do is, forgive the crassness of it, but tear your drawers in the middle of the street and then walk around with your butt hanging out. Don't. Just don't. Oh, Sugar is talking about what I like to call pick me energy. These are the people that are, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I'm making a new yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. The audience is there to engage with the person on the camera or the people on the camera if there are multiple people. We don't need you coming in and announcing that you are going to be dropping a tutorial for whatever. That's inappropriate. It's unnecessary. And as Amelia said, it's utterly disrespectful, classless, and uncouth. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. And to answer what Marty said, I'm glad you called that out. You know, this is true, but I apologize. I'm glad you restated it because this is absolutely what we want to talk about here. Hi, Sam. Welcome in. Michelle, let's call this Michelle Soapbox night because I am definitely going to be talking about the things that we don't often get to talk about, but we need to discuss as content creators.
Hi.
Skip, hush, stop. I didn't ask you to do that. No, thanks. My phone decided it wanted to chat with me. I don't want to chat with it. And thank you guys for saying hi to one another in the chat. As I was saying, developing your content strategy, make sure you're selecting the first 10 things you want to discuss and that you want to showcase and focus on in your videos. Okay. And as VJ added, we seem to have more than our fair share of that on the YouTube streets. And ironically, we have too much of it in the crochet community, which is hilarious because we are a warm, fuzzy community because the product we make is warm, fuzzy, and soft. And yet we are the most viper like people on the planet. It's unnecessary. Why not Wednesday? I'm writing that down. Yes, why not? So we will call these meetings Why Not Wednesday. Okay. Yes, I wrote it down. Okay, on to number 4. Choose your channel name and branding. This is where you're going to be intentional about letting YouTube know what it is they're going to see on your channel. If you name your channel Diva's Diamond Dark Palace and nothing on your channel is diamond art related, YouTube isn't going to know what to have your channel focus on. Now, my primary content is always going to be crochet, but at the same time, I am all about relationship and connection. So, those are the things that I'm going to utilize this part of my channel for. My channel is a big umbrella, not just a pinhole. Now, what did VJ say? Trying to see who was talking to me out here alone. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. You're not. It was my phone. Okay. Good evening, Mama Winch. Welcome in. Well, dang, better late than never. Huggles to all, to all. Very good. Thank you for being here, my dear. Now, as I was saying, related to your logo, for those of you who have a logo, or maybe you don't yet have a logo, these are intentional decisions that will be recognizable by your audience. There are many, many channels who have similar names. I have seen it when I've typed in my name, especially when I was first getting started, that I would type in YesMichelle and it brought up a singer. And I'm like, definitely not a singer. That's the last thing they want from me. But at the same time, the more that I produced videos, the more that, they looked for YesMichelle Crochets. Instead of having 3 words, the search engine started putting YesMichelle together. Marty, you don't have a logo? We can make that work. Let's talk offline. For those of you who find yourselves uh thinking about some of the things that I'm saying and you need help or support and encouragement on how to get those things done, by all means, take a moment, grab my email address, and let me see if I can type it in the chat and send me an email. I would love to work with each and every one of you in whatever way that I can to help you grow your brand and your space on the YouTube streets. And let's make that happen. Bear with me. I'm going to be typing, so I'm going to be looking a little bit crazy. Of course, my keyboard wants to take a minute. Don't laugh at me. I have moderators here that could do this for me, but I am a very hands-on person. And I am getting that done. There we go. So that is my email address. As you have questions, as you want to dialogue and grow what you're trying to do in whatever sphere you're in, then by all means talk with me and let's see what we can do together. I'm sorry. It happens, Emily. Growth equals change, and it's an evolving process. Absolutely. What did I miss? Marty, you aren't the only one. I've been debating a few ideas. Okay, so that means that a lot of us are thinking about where we are and where we want to get to. I've been mentioning for months that one of the things we all need to do in some capacity, not all, let me append my statement because I can hear Sugar screaming. We don't all need to do it. I love you, Sugar. Excuse me. But a lot of us have things we would like to see our platform, our channel, our business do. And forgive me, I'm going to take that off stage. um we would like to see happen for ourselves, but we don't have a goal, and we have an end game in mind, but we don't have a process of how we want to get that done, and we don't know how to do it. We are waffling, and if we fall into the success that we're going for, then that's luck. I don't believe in luck. I believe in intentionality. I believe in goal setting. I believe in you get where you're going by looking forward and making it happen. I also believe in trying things. And if something doesn't work, try something different. But that's what I'm all about with this platform, with this vehicle, and with this opportunity. So I certainly hope that that makes sense to you. Again, if you have questions or whatever, add those things to the chat and the conversation. Um, Number five, one of the things that you're going to want to do is set up your equipment, even if it's basic. A lot of people are stunted about becoming content creators simply because they believe that they have to have the $550 microphone system with a keyboard that has 950 million buttons on it, the Canon DSLR camera, and all of this other stuff. You don't. You can start a YouTube channel with a phone and yourself. Have a reasonably neutral background. I don't have a neutral background. My background is like I am. It's busy. But hello, Jessica. Welcome in. Good to see you tonight. Jessica, do me a favor because a few people are new to my channel. Please let me know how we're connected. Are we connected through the YouTube Yarny community, or are we connected through Instagram? Do me a favor. Drop that in the chat. And everybody who's here, do me a favor. Welcome her into the chat as well. And if you haven't said hello to one another, then by all means, please do so. Now, as I was saying, as you grow, as you recognize your atmosphere and your environment when you're filming those videos, and do yourself a favor, watch your video before you upload it, because yeah, I'm still learning this far down the line that there are things about my videos that could be better. I film in my bedroom. Do you guys know how many times I get up and I'm super, super comfortable because I've had my fan on all night, and then I hear it in playback, but it's too late and I can't retract it? There are other times that I have refilmed videos because I'm like, that can't go out. You don't need fancy stuff. You just need a few things. Your phone is the best to start with. The cameras, the new phones are freaking amazing. However, they're not a requirement. I promise you, YouTube is not going to go, oh, you can't upload that video because you filmed it on your phone or your iPad. And by the way, I film on my iPad and my phone. And can I take that suggestion a little bit further? Absolutely. This is a space for all of us to learn, exchange, and grow. If you have ideas or information that you think we need to know, then please, please, please share that information. Oh, okay. Excellent. Thank you. Welcome in, Jessica. Oh, it is so good. I'm sending you a virtual hug, darling. Thank you. And hi, Sarah. Now, Sarah's name I recognize. I see her name in my chats often. And I am so glad you're here tonight. So welcome in. As I was saying, for basic equipment, when I first started filming, and VJ is the person who taught me this best, I am hard to hear. I find that hilarious because I consider myself a bit of a big mouth. I consider myself a bit of a loud talker. So the fact that she could never hear me cracked me up. I'm like, how is that possible? You have no idea. And Mama Winch added that she films on her laptop. I love that. So, of course, Marty, do me a favor, drop your comment in the chat for me so that I do get to see what it was you wanted to add. Like I said, these are some power players that I go to when I have questions. So they're going to give us some wonderful information and advice. Of course, they're supportive and encouragement. And if you aren't following one another, I want you guys to do that. Scoop up these other channels that you see. If you have a channel, do me a favor, type the word channel in there, and mods, if you will, please tonight and only tonight, drop the links of the other channels so that we are connecting and engaging and helping one another grow. We won't always do that, but we will tonight. And in the future, when you come, if you think, I should have had her drop my channel and she didn't, well, anticipate that I probably won't going forward, because I do want us to be forward facing in our action. And at the end of the day, I'm the queen. So yeah, it's going to be all about me. It's a bit arrogant, but it is also a bit honest, because that's what we're here for. And Emily added that she has been using her laptop to record, and lately the phone, because of some technical issues. So again, she's putting out content, she's growing her platform. So absolutely, those things are available to you to use. So use them. Okay. Okay, sweet. One thing I would suggest is that you just start filming yourself every single day. Yes. Thank you. 5 minutes of you rambling, edit it, and then delete it. Do that for 2 to 4 weeks or much more. What you want to do. And this is the issue that I had, because literally the first video that I ever filmed, I uploaded. So it's still out there. It is cringeworthy. And I tell you in the video that it's cringeworthy. So it's not like it's a surprise. Um, she's talking about the fact that we need to get comfortable on camera. Yes, thank you. And mods, make sure that you drop each other's links, because you can't drop your own link. Uh, comfortable in camera. Also make you aware of how you sound, how you look, and what your background looks like. Exactly. 1 second. Your first video is always cringe. This is true. This is true. Um, Emily added, here we go. How or what does everyone use to edit? Because it's been a struggle. I love that question. I use Canva Pro, but let me be clear, I pay for that. Many people use CapCut. And if you guys will do me a favor, those of you who have edited videos, please drop that information in the chat so that others can get ideas and inspiration from what you do. Hello, Michael. Welcome in. Good to see you, darling. How are you tonight? And Michael is another channel. So Michael, if you would, in order to have people have you as a resource of information, would you do me a favor and type the word channel, and the moderators will drop your channel for us so that other people can connect and grow with you as well. And you use Movavi? It's a paid program though. Absolutely. I'm not even familiar with it, so I'm learning something too. And thank you guys for adding this information, because again, we are a community and this is how we learn. And Marty uses DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve, the free version, although it is robust and amazing. But for simple talking head videos, she uses Riverside because it's text-based editing. I have seen that software in work behind the scenes, and it's phenomenal. So I will highly recommend that. Mama Winch added, when I did recorded videos, I used CapCut, where where she does primarily lives now. She doesn't edit at all. So there is that. Thank you, VJ. Thank you very, very much. And Michael said, hi. I love that. Thank you guys. Um, Emily said, I used Riverside for editing once, and yes, it was awesome. Exactly. What I love about what I saw with Riverside is that it removes those uhs, and pregnant pauses that happen. One of the things, for those of you who have seen my pre recorded videos, you'll notice is from the moment that I say, hey, buddy, till I wave you goodbye onto the screen card. That's all done in one take. If I have a pregnant pause, the ums, the uhs, or whatever, or I misspeak or I misquote, if it's a simple flub, I leave it. And I leave it because I want you to see the reality of who I am, flaws and all, because I'm a real human being and I make mistakes. I will misspeak. I will stumble or stutter over a word. Now, if I am saying something that's crucial or critical and I need to change it, believe it or not, I start the entire video over, whether I've been talking for 2 minutes or 20 minutes. It has happened before. It will happen again. It's who I am. It's the perfectionist in me. Marty added, I'm glad Mama brought up going live versus recorded videos because both have their benefits. They absolutely do. And Louise added, she uses CapCut Pro. I record via my laptop and occasionally my Android phone. See, this is why we need it tonight, you guys. I hear noises. My downstairs neighbor is a basketball kid. Uh, live is uh, live is good for community based stuff, but if you want information, but if you want your information, you want to teach something, it needs to be in a video format. Absolutely correct. Um, and did she miss anyone? For those of you who typed in the word channel, if you didn't get your link dropped, would you please do me a favor and make sure that you type channel and a heart so that we know that you were missed. I don't want you to be missed tonight. And Michael said, Marty, so true. Lives and videos hit different algorithms and they do hit different people. You have some people who go to lives for the sole purpose of making relationship and connection with that channel, but would never watch a long form pre recorded video. And you have other people who would never watch a live. So there you go. Amelia said that she subscribed to all. I love that. Guys, thank you so much for connecting with one another. I'm going to put a pin in where we are as far as our list of things we've been talking about tonight. We'll pick this up again next week. And I'm sorry. She's telling me, girl, you don't have to start the whole video over anymore. I know, I know, I know. It's the perfectionist in me. I have Riverside on my iPad and I won't use it. I feel more accomplished and more succinct with the information that I'm disseminating by making sure that I do it all in one take. I'm just saying. It's me. It's not everybody has to be as hardwired as I am. Call it an OCD thing. Okay. And then she added to that point, for those of you that are reading, they'll remove all the rest. I know. But it's a me thing. And I want people to see that sometimes mistakes are okay. Mistakes make us who we are. Mistakes make us relatable and connected and communicating. So there's that as well. And Sam added, I'm the same way, Michelle. I always try to do everything in one take, LOL. Hey, I'm the girl who, when I learned how to swim, would jump in the pool and was adamantly determined to swim as far across the pool in one breath. Never made it. Yes, eventually I had to learn how to breathe and do swim strokes, and I did. But yeah, I still tried to hold my breath for as long as possible. It's the girl that I am. I don't think that's ever going to change about me. So, like I said, guys, you all have been amazing. But in my world, it's 7 p.m., which is time to call my son and have a chat with him, and then get ready to take a shower and go to bed because 3 o'clock is coming. And thanks to all of you, I am in a much better headspace. So I am looking forward to making the video for tomorrow. I hope those of you who are content creators are looking forward to making a video tomorrow for yourselves. I also want to say to any of you who are considering content creation and you want that communication and support and encouragement, then by all means, drop me an email so that we can connect. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for being here tonight. And I hope to see you next week at the same time for more of what we're doing. I love you. Take care. Good night, everybody. And bear with me. Yes, I know I'm sticking my finger in your face. This is our reality.